Yo, we got John Bones Jones up here.
I run the grime scene. I just told WHOO kid, none of them brothers can ever undermine me. I'll take off a heads up, I'm ruthless. I be the nigga that I make summer lively. 1R6, 2 shooters, heavyweight can't take.
Yeah, you had a bout against Machida, and you won, obviously.
Very effective with that reach.
It was Choke City, and it looked like the first round, you kind of gave him the sense that he might have a chance.
Yeah.
And then second round, it was like, good night. Like was that strategy, or you were just feeling him out?
It was on some Rocky shit, right?
Yeah, you know, it was
Comeback City.
It was a big filling out process. You know, Lyoto, he's fast, unpredictable. He's a southpaw. He makes a lot of little subtle movements and stuff. And when you study so much, every subtle movement can be a knockout blow. So, you know, which causes me to react and causes me to be a little more tentative. So it was a good first round. Great filling out process. But I really feel as if, you know, I figured them out pretty fast. And you know, I've gone back and watched film and realized in the second round that I was just completely, you know, like in control. Yeah, I got an 84.5 inch reach.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
is this guy a mutant or something?
I have a 9-inch reach.
Longest reach in our sports history. It's like the same reach length as Lennox Lewis. So I watched a lot of his footage. You know, kind of, you know, familiarize myself with, you know, that using that reach and using that jab, stuff like that. Some good combinations for such long hours.
You beat up my man, Mr. T, man. We had him up here like weeks ago. How you gotta knock out the
Rampage?
Yeah.
B.A. Baracus.
Come on, man. You knocked out B.A. Baracus.
Listen,
man.
I ain't losing to an actor. I'll tell you that right now. It's just not happening.
You weren't nervous or anything?
Nah, you know, to be honest with you, when I accepted the fight, I was a little nervous because, you know, I grew up watching Rampage, so I was kind of fighting like, you know, somebody I looked up to in a way.
He be talking mad shit too. When he was up here, he was talking mad shit, right?
Oh yeah, he do. But you know, the more I was around him, we did like a full media tour before the fight, and the more I was around him, it just helped me, you know, like
get comfortable.
Get comfortable. I kind of humanize them.
Is it hard to be in there and keep your strategy and not just get angry at people and just start throwing punches, going crazy?
No, it's not. You know, fighting is what I do all day. It's what I do best, and I study it all day. And it's just a place where I can really stay relaxed and just use all my tactics.
That's where you stay relaxed
That's
when you're fighting.
Relaxed.
I gotta relax. I gotta fight somebody.
Don't let me into my zone.
When you're fighting in a ring, I hear you're like more aware of your surroundings, and you can see everything moves slow, don't it? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Your senses is heightened.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Because when I got knocked out, man, it was quick, man.
You got knocked out. Who knocked you out?
Some random guy in the club. You're not allowed to fight in clubs or anything. Like, you would go to jail. Like, if you would go to get locked up for this shit.
No, I probably wouldn't go to jail. You know, I think most court situations will understand. I think most of them understand my character and realize that if I ever got into any type of outside of the octagon trouble, it would probably be the other person provoking it. Most real martial artists, you realize it takes a lot to even get them going.
If you knocked out Reef right now, you would go.
Why would he do that?
I want to see that.
You do seem like the easiest one to knock out.
What the hell you be listening to before you like train or before you get out there in the ring?
I listen to everything, man. Big Trey Songz fan, Chris Brown.
But you don't play Trey Songz before you go knock out, like, you know.
Yeah, John Legend. Yeah, everything. All the slow jams, man. All the slow jams.
Why wouldn't he? Who cares?
Yo, that's the first ever. I thought he had like DMX or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm all about the flow. All about the flow.
So play some Trey Songz. Go ahead, diss him like you normally do.
Say I know you're married and everything, but, you know, with that reach, you know, a lot of girls are wondering, you know how they talk about the feet being 13, but you got the ill long arms, you know? Do you want to, like, if a girl finds another guy like you, like, you know, like, I don't know. That's what this we got mad girls on Twitter hit me up. Look at all these questions, like, 84.5, like, how does that like, equate?
Where did the Bones nickname come from?
Bones, that came from high school.
From breaking bones?
Yeah. You could say that today.
Maybe from pizzling. I mean, boning.
Hey, what could be?
Boning.
Banging bitches, man. What?
You a nut.
Speaking of boning, y'all don't do no sexual acts. I had Tyson up here. He stated before he knocked somebody out, there was like no sex for like 3 months. Is that true?
I couldn't handle that. But the name Bones, it came from high school. I was on the football team. I couldn't catch the ball, I couldn't throw the ball, so I couldn't be a skill position. So they put me on the defensive line, And I ended up starting in the line, but I was the skinniest cat in the line. Everybody just look at me like, you know, why are you here? You know, like, so they make fun of me and call me Bones, and I just kind of kept it as a tribute to my hometown.
As a you know, UFC fighter, what do you get more satisfaction out of in winning a round, a fight rather, through just stand up boxing knockout or submission, you know, whatever? Like what's better, or does it matter?
You know what? I'm gonna have to say going with submissions. You know, like being able to just choke somebody out.
It's embarrassing, right?
Yeah,
like, just embarrass your opponent.
Make somebody quit. You know what I mean? It's like having somebody tap out, man. It's a gratifying feeling. I love it.
You don't feel bad when bones are broken, like if you snap homie's arm, or after you be like, damn, man.
You know, I look at it this way. You know, he would do it to me if he had the opportunity.
Oh
so,
shit.
You know,
because some guys, they don't know when to tap out. They're trying to show that they got gusto and everything. It's just like, dude, just tap out. Because the fight before yours, the guy's arm got snapped.
Yeah, it's crazy because
it was brutal. It was brutal. It was disgusting.
I think it's like it's a cultural thing. You know, like the Brazilian culture. You know, they don't look at tapping out as being dishonorable. So they'll, you know,
it's like the bitch move, right?
Yeah, that's the way they look at it. Instead of just tapping, they'll rather go out or get a limb broken. So it's different. It's different, but you know, hats off to it. I respect it.
Is the guillotine choke your favorite move? Is that like something like? What's your favorite move that you?
You know, the guillotine is not my favorite move.
You seem to be happy with your elbow joints. Like
I love elbowing people, definitely, and I love the spinning back kick.
Right?
Yeah. I was about to say that back kick, like the spin.
Yeah,
that shit is.
And it's
crazy.
like lightning quick. Oh, and then you got knocked out in the octagon too, didn't you?
Yeah, I fought this. What's his name?
You didn't fight.
Macaco.
Macaco kicked your ass.
Who's Macaco?
He's like a jiu-jitsu expert. Like I guess he's in MMA. But I call him, because his name was Macaco, so I call him a faggot on air. So then he was like, yo, you're coming to the ring. Like, I was like, whatever. It was a real octagon. I was like, yo, am I really here? Like, and then I thought it was a joke, but it started out as a joke. But I guess when you guys try to fight, you're very responsive. But he punched me like twice by mistake. He's trying to joke, but you know, it wasn't supposed to be a real, like, we were supposed to make believe we're fighting. But he's so responsive that he just kept knocking me out by mistake.
What's your training background as far as like jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, like what, or all different disciplines for those that want to know and understand more about what it takes?
Yeah, you know, I started off as a college wrestler, and when I was done in school, I just had this urge to continue being an athlete. So, you know, I joined a local jiu-jitsu gym, got pretty good at jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu is, you know, ground fighting, like submissions, chokes, and twisting, and, you know, breaking stuff on the floor pretty much.
It's crazy, yo. Scary, yo.
Yeah, you know, I got pretty good at it, and my jiu-jitsu coach was like, you know, you should look into pursuing an MMA career. And, you know, so he introduced me to a good boxing coach, and from there I met a good kickboxing coach. And now, you know, every day of the week I'm studying a different form of martial arts, whether it's taekwondo or Muay Thai or boxing or wrestling.
What? You got to keep upgrading? Like,
yeah, constantly.
What?
Yeah, staying on top of it. So.
It's a lot to remember.
It is a lot to remember. That's why, you know, in my opinion, I think UFC fighters or mixed martial artists are some of the most highly trained, disciplined athletes in the world. I mean, you know, you get a football player, you know, his only job is to, you know, run and learn how to run and be most efficient, or maybe a defensive lineman, his only job is to push the guy out of the way. But, you know, mixed martial artists, you got to learn, you know, like 5 to 6 different cultures. You know, every style of martial art is a whole culture. You know, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, there's a whole country that's built behind that.
What?
So to learn, you know, 5, 6, 7 different martial arts at once, it does take a certain amount of focus and discipline.
Traveled the world to really like go in depth?
I haven't. I've been
people.
fortunate enough to
You know,
find,
like to go to the great, you know, sensei in fucking Brazil or whatever the fuck.
I've been fortunate enough to find a powerful team right here in the States.
Leota, like, what happened, yo? Like, that was quick, huh? That was
yeah.
You got the, you know, you're like the youngest guy doing it out there, man.
Yeah, quick fight, man. You know, Leota Machida is a guy I had to study so much. You know, all the hype was, you know, he'll be my first real test, and it really put me through the grinder. So, you know, me knowing that, I got to make sure the odds of that happening is extremely slim. So I trained my butt off in the gym, and then all paid off at the end.
Are you surprised how quick you became a star? Because like UFC, it's like one fight,
Right.
and all of a sudden you go from unknown to famous.
Yeah,
Are
pretty
you
much.
surprised how quick you became one of the big UFC stars?
You know, it was actually one of the strategies going into this year. You know, the UFC was telling me how the light heavyweight division is one of the most prestigious divisions to be the champion in. You know, the biggest names in our sports history has come from the light heavyweight division. Guys like Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture. These are all-time great names that will stay with the UFC forever. So they're saying, if you're going to be the light heavyweight champion, you know, the world needs to know your name.
Yeah.
So you need to, you know, continuously be in the octagon. So this year I fought four times this year, and it just really helps. You know,
Crazy.
It was like every time people turn their TVs on, it was the John Bones Jones character.
Plus, you were winning them,
promoting
so
another fight. Yeah,
that helped too.
Yeah,
You
so
kept winning
and
fights.
then like
Yeah,
a
it helped out a lot.
flamboyant style too. That
yeah,
like really, you know,
people love finishes. You know, and this year I finished every opponent I had, and I mean, it gets the people going.
Damn, man. So who you want next, like to knock out or to break or
You know what?
to embarrass?
There's a cat named Sugar Rashad Evans in our sport.
Wow. Okay.
And it's somebody that I gotta get past. I gotta get him out the way.
And then that's it. The
And after that, yeah, I might.
2012 goal is
Nah, you know, there's a lot of guys. There's Danny Henderson. There's a few fighters that I know I'll be fighting no matter what. So either way, you know, my job is to defeat the best fighters in the world. And that's what I'll do.
How do the fans react to that? Because you knock out like a lot of beloved people. They don't want to see these people lose.
Yeah, I
When
hear
you talk
you.
about the light heavyweight division, everybody loves the fighters there, and they don't want to see
Yeah.
some new guy come and just knock everyone out.
I know. You know, it's funny because I got a strong hate base. You know, I got a strong love base too, but I got a lot of haters out there, and you know, my people always tell me, it's like, yo, Jones, you came out of nowhere.
you gotta have
And you're
haters, man.
beating people's favorite fighters, you know, like, of course, you know, you're going to have nations that just, you know, want to see you lose, but I deal with it well. I look at my hate base as my main source of motivation to really keep me on the prowl.
Brock Lesnar, who's another UFC fighter, he got like diverticulitis. He had to stop fighting because all he did was eat meat. Like his intestines got all messed up.
Is that
because-
how that came about?
Yeah, because there's
what's diver?
it messes up your intestines because there's no vegetables in there.
Say
Like
that
huge
again,
diverticulitis. For all the white people out there,
So was
diverticulitis.
it, your ass gets spicy and shit.
Yeah, because you have he wasn't eating any vegetables. Like he was just going out, he was hunting, and he was eating the meat, and that was his diet. Just eating
So
meat.
he was eating like
Pause.
deer and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then-
look what happened. He got beat.
Matt Hamill, man. Like
Matt Hamill.
That's the only guy you lost to, huh?
Yeah,
I know-
lost to Hamill. Yeah, that was a tough call, man.
See, I
Tough
told you,
call. I just messed
you
up.
should just not have no sex that day, man. I told you, man. you want to go in extra hard and everything. You're sleeping,
I had my
man.
mind all clouded. Yeah.
Well, you don't talk to him. You don't have no. like-
Nah. Me and Matt Hamill, we cool, man. Matt Hamill was a fight I lost back in 2010. Got disqualified. You know, just using an illegal tactic. Threw an elbow that was at a wrong angle, and they stopped the fight and disqualified me. But you know, Hamill's cool. You know, he's another guy who, you know, I kind of grew up watching. He's from my hometown, well, from my general area from where I grew up. And it was just an honor to fight the guy. And, you know, I was definitely winning the fight before I got disqualified. And most of the fans know.
So at least
that
you
that's
didn't get
something that would
knocked out
never
by
happen
him
again.
or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's the way to lose. You know, if you're going to lose, disqualification is always a learning lesson.
It's still illegal to do it in New York. Like
Is it?
You can't fight in New York.
Yeah, we can't fight in
It's
New
the
York.
only state left, isn't it?
It's the only state in the world right now that it's not sanctioned, and that's something we're currently working on. You know,
That's
trying
crazy.
It's insane.
That's why it's always in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yep, in Jersey, and you know, Vegas is real popular. I mean, my last fight was just in Canada, so yeah. Right now, we're working on getting it legalized here in New York State. The thing is that, you know, everything that's legal about martial arts, mixed martial arts, is legal. Like, for instance, you know, you can box here, you can do jiu-jitsu here, you can kickbox here, you can, you know, you can do it all here. You can have all these different martial arts tournaments here, but you can't compete in mixed martial arts, which is merging all these sports together in one official arena,
What do you
which
think
is
the
kind of
reason?
ludicrous. You know, I don't know. I think a big part of it is the original UFC that came to New York State. You know, you saw people grabbing each other's balls and hair pulling and you know, fish hooking, eye gouging, and you see all this craziness. And I think New York State is still kind of judging the sport on what they saw originally.
So how do you avoid the blood choke? Like how do you,
Blood choke.
Yeah, how do you avoid that?
Avoid it, just to not get put in it. That's
That's
simple as that, really.
for grapplers. That's like the best way to like get fucked up, huh?
Yeah, it's something that I've learned to enjoy. You know, I finished 3 of my 4 opponents this year by blood chokes, and yeah, I love it. You know?
Explain.
You know,
that?
I got one thing to explain.
Chokes, you know?
There's one thing. His pressure is like 500 pounds, some shit like
That's
that.
what she said.
That's ridiculous.
Pow!
There's different chokes, you know. There's like a choke that attacks the trachea, and like it cuts off like your windpipe.
What?
And stops, you know, you being able to breathe. And then there's other chokes that cut off the blood flow, you know, from your body to your brain, and that also can put you out. So
is there a death move? Like,
I mean, if you held it long enough, you definitely could injure somebody pretty bad with it.
put them in a
the
coma or
UFC,
something.
we have pretty good commission, and they're always, you know, if anything, they stop the fight too early to make sure no one gets seriously hurt.
I told him a minute ago, I asked him if he saw the YouTube video of him kicking Jim Norton in his leg, and he said to this day, I only wish I'd kicked him harder.
the ref really does not play when it comes to like that.
Oh yeah. You know, the referee, they realize that our wives and our families,
Yeah, they're more for
front,
your safety
in
more
the front
than
row watching the fight. Yeah, so they stop the fights faster than the fans even enjoy. So yeah, so statistically, you know, there's less injuries in our sports than a lot of other sports.
But you knock them out so fast, man. Especially the 10-punch combo.
They don't feel a thing. Yeah,
the 10-punch combo. It got to be somebody you hate that you see on, and the face is replaced by somebody else.
Nah,
and you're just like bam, 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 bam. That's hate punches,
don't
man.
let me into my zone.
So would you even consider, trying at being a straight up boxer?
No, I would definitely never consider being a boxer. You know,
that's some other shit right there.
I love mixed martial arts, and yeah, it's my thing. But you know, I think boxing still has a few great fights left. You know, the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight, that'll be a great fight.
Who you going for?
Someday.
You saw the last Pacquiao fight. He was a little weak.
Yeah. I can't go against Mayweather. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his skills.
So who you want to choke real quick before you leave? Like, can you choose somebody? Because we gotta get the next guest to come in here.
I don't like where he's looking, man.
I'm going with Sideshow Bob over here.